Welcome back, guys. How are you all? I hope that everyone's cool. And I'm here again to disturb you one more time, but this time you need some paper, pen, and paper because I have to talk. I have to talk. Okay, it's just not only going for the trading session, but also a little learning session because I have to talk in this type of situation. It's a very rare situation. So when I got this, I have to talk about this. Make sure that you have the pen and papers with you. If you can hear me, just let me know that before starting the stream. You have to let me know that sound is clear and you can perfectly listen to me. Okay, can you hear me, guys? I can hear. Good morning. Okay, the sound is clear, right? I mean, no problem to my sound. I hope so. Good evening, Sarje. By the way, how are you, brother? It's been a long. I don't see your comment. You are okay, guys? I just need a little more confirmation because sound is good. Okay, and thanks a lot of people. So not that much. Jack T, you are missing around the morning session. You are absolutely missing, brother, around the morning session. By the way, I hope that you're cool. Thank you, Anish. Anish, I didn't see your comment as well in the morning session. As I told, you have to bring your notebook because I would love to talk about the price action. Little bit, okay, not too much. So this is the 15-minute chart. As you can see, market has taken the Monday low. That was the low from the Monday. It has taken over here. Market has taken the relatively equal highs as well as this extreme high has been taken as well. So all the liquidity has been taken. Now I have this obvious liquidity here, but it's nearly impossible to come here to take that liquidity now. The reason is market should go for this liquidity. Here is the liquidity that should be taken. Market should go for that one. Now it doesn't have the time to come back again to take this liquidity. Then it will go higher again to take that buy side liquidity. It's nearly impossible. So in my opinion, the liquidity has been taken. When the liquidity has been taken, in if you see this type of situation ever, then you have to be very careful because you don't know what is going to happen. Here, even if you would love to take any kind of entry, your target should be very small. In my opinion, 15 to 20 handle is the best opportunity to look for the target because you don't know the direction. I don't know the direction where it will go. In time, it will go for that buy side liquidity. I have the direction from the daily chart, but it will go toward that tomorrow, not today. Today was the narrative manipulation narrative. It will take the Monday high and the Monday low. It has already done. When it is done, what it can do, it can simply consolidate. And if it is consolidating, then either you have to avoid this session because market has already done its job. Now, how it has done that doesn't matter. It give you the entry opportunity or not, it doesn't matter. It has done its job for today. When the job is done, you have to be very careful after that because you don't know what is going to happen. In that type of situation, what you will do, you are not going to look for 15-minute liquidity. Instead, you will look for 1-minute liquidity, relatively equal highs, relatively equal lows. If you see any kind of relatively equal highs, relatively equal lows near the market, you will mark them. As you can see, I have marked this one as my buy side liquidity. Very nice, clean, equal highs. If I have any kind of relatively equal lows near the market, I have to mark that as well. As you can see, I don't have anything here. So what I will do for my higher time frame PDRA, as this last parabolic up is broken from the 15-minute chart, this was the last parabolic up which has been broken. I will use this parabolic up as my higher time frame PDRA, not any of this parabolic up, because if you would love to use this parabolic up, you have to focus on here, this buy side liquidity around that area, which is nearly impossible. So what I will do, I will use this last parabolic up as my higher time frame PDRA, and I will go for I'll look when market was falling. Did it take any liquidity? Yes, it has taken all the liquidity. Now it has happened around the lunch hour. After the lunch hour, it has taken all the liquidity. Where did it trade? Last parabolic from 1 minute chart. This is the last parabolic from 1 minute chart to that specific leg. There is the specific leg. In that leg, this is the last parabolic. Now I'm not going to rush to take that buy. I will be here until the first entry or the second entry. So I'll go for 2 entry only. The same way I did around the morning session. But I'm just not in rush because I know what I'm doing. So when I know what I'm doing, I will have a lot of opportunities to push the button. That's why I'm not in rush. I'm just let me explain the price action. This low has traded this parabolic gap around this area from 1 minute chart. It has traded this last parabolic gap. After trading this last parabolic gap, see this parabolic gap. That was the last parabolic gap when market was falling. What should it do? Trade this parabolic gap. It should keep falling. It trade this parabolic gap, fall, take the liquidity. Went through this parabolic gap. Now this parabolic gap should be used as an inversion parabolic gap. It is the best inversion parabolic gap. At the same time, you see this bullish parabolic gap around that area. What should this bullish parabolic gap do? It opened here, tap this parabolic gap, it will go a little higher, it will fall again, use this as an inversion parabolic gap, and it will keep falling. How do I know that it is not, this bullish parabolic gap is not going to be used as a inversion parabolic gap? The candle will tell me that. Did it close below the constant crossment of that bullish parabolic gap, or the wick has worked the lower portion? Now as you can see, there is one candle, two candle, and yeah, just two candle has closed below this constant crossment. When I have seen this, I'm just not in rush to look for the buy, and I'm not going to use this inversion parabolic gap to look for my buy. Instead, I would love to see it will fall again, it will breach this parabolic gap first, take some more liquidity, then if it can come back again above this parabolic gap, I will go for the buy, because I have the buy side liquidity. I don't have the sell side liquidity. I just want to use this parabolic gap as a trough parabolic gap. Why this parabolic gap? Because look, market was falling, right? It was falling, falling, falling. This is the first bullish parabolic gap. Tap to this parabolic gap, it should keep going higher. It went little higher, come back again to this parabolic gap, went higher, come back again this parabolic gap, went higher. It is holding the price, but when it is holding the price, I will talk about this one after this one, okay? This two blue line. When it is holding the price, how did it hold the price? Did the body close below the constant crossment? One time I will sacrifice that, okay? One time, if it is one time, I'll take the risk. Next time maybe I'll take the risk to take the buy. But one time, two time, market closed below this constant crossment, I'm just not going to believe this parabolic gap anymore that it is going to hold the price and sending it for the buy side liquidity. So I would love to see it will go through this parabolic gap, do some more manipulation, then if it can come back again above this parabolic gap, I'm going to use this parabolic gap not as an inversion parabolic gap, as a regular parabolic gap. Now come here, this specific parabolic gap. What is that? Bearish parabolic gap. Market is falling, 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 falling. Then it tapped to this parabolic gap. Perfect. It went lower. Take the liquidity, or if there is any liquidity or anything, it has taken that one. If it doesn't take it, that also doesn't matter. It went higher, went through this parabolic gap. What should it? How you are going to use this parabolic gap? As a inversion parabolic gap. This one as a inversion parabolic gap. When it has closed above this parabolic gap, this is the first candle which has closed above this parabolic gap as the inversion parabolic gap. You already know how you are going to use this one. Now you are using this one as well. If you see market didn't close below this constant crossment, this is a good area to look for the buy again. How you are going to use this parabolic gap as inversion parabolic gap? If you see nobody has closed below the constant crossment of that bullish parabolic gap. First, you need the confirmation from here. Second, you will use this parabolic gap as your inversion parabolic gap. If I saw that it didn't close below this constant crossment, this candle closed, tap to this inversion parabolic gap, I'm already in the market. No need to worry about that. Think this is going to be taken. As this closed below this constant crossment, I'm just not going to believe this setup anymore. Instead, I would love to see it will fall. It will do more manipulation here below this parabolic gap. After that, if it can come back again above this parabolic gap, yeah, I'm ready to go for the sell. Buy. There is nothing that is going to stop me. But if it doesn't happen and instead it will keep going higher, take that buy side liquidity, I'm just not going to take my entry depending on this setup or this two parabolic gap, inversion parabolic gap, regular parabolic gap. I'm just not going to use them for my entry setup. When it went higher, how far I can expect it will go? I will start to look for the last parallel gap to that specific leg. In that specific leg, where do you see your last parallel gap? Now some of you will say this is the last parallel gap here. I'm just not interested to mark it as my last parallel gap. If you would love to mark it, obviously you can go for that. As you can see, it has perfectly traded this one as your last parallel gap. Just let me show you. Okay, here, see, it has traded this last parallel gap, but I'm just not interested to mark this one as my last parallel gap. Instead, I would love to mark this one as my last parallel gap because it is more clear and very specific. Is it really going higher for this buy side liquidity or not? How do I know that? This last parallel gap will tell me that. Did it close or did it work with the upper portion of this last parallel gap? Absolutely. So it has already shown me the confirmation that, brother, I'm going to be broken, but not now. First, let me do the more manipulation over here. What manipulation? Because I already told you that I'm going to take more liquidity here. I'm going to work below this parallel gap more. After that, I'll come back and I will break this parallel gap and I'll go for that buy side liquidity. So what I will do, I'll simply wait here and I will let him go below this parallel gap, let him to do more manipulation over here. After that, I will start to look for buy for this buy side liquidity. If it doesn't go below this parallel gap and keep going higher, went through this parallel gap, then when it will be, it will went through this parallel gap, maybe then there will be an opportunity to look for buy. But in my opinion, you should not participate in that buy run, though you know this is your only buy side liquidity which is going to be taken. I know it's little complicated, but I really don't know how to make it more simple. Okay, so if you need to watch one more time, please watch it, then you will understand how to analyze this chart. Okay, please, it's my request. So don't even focus over here to that run. Is it going to take that buy sell? No. If you think like that way, okay, brother, no problem. I'll take a buy here. I'll put my stop loss below that low. And if I get stopped out, I'll take re-entry because I know the direction. That is different matter. I'm just talking about the price action. When I'm talking about the price action, I have to explain the facts over here. So I just explained the fact. Now you wanna use that on or you wanna leave that on, it's up to you. So if you ask me what is my choice to do, I would love to see market will take that buy side liquidity. But before going over here, I want to see it will come here and work with the lower portion of this parabolic gap. It will close at least below this parabolic gap one time, then it will go higher and take that buy side liquidity. I need little more manipulation. Here is another opportunity. If it can close above this parabolic gap, you can actually use this parabolic gap as your low risk entry. What is that entry? Here it closed above this parabolic gap, there will be your entry. If there is a parabolic gap, just a parabolic gap, cover that parabolic gap, go for your target. You can do that, but remember this is 50-50. So I really don't support this one, but if you want to go, you can go. I have no problem with that. But how about mini S&P? It looks bearish, so many sell side liquidity. Let me check. I'll see. It's empty over here. It has already told me that I'm going higher. At least until this buy side liquidity, it has already told me that here the SMT. Even if it is the relatively equal lows, not this low is not taken by that low. It is called the SMT. Obviously not here. It should be there actually. Let's see, brother. I need to see that it will come lower again. Then I will start to look for buy. Maybe in the meantime, even S&P will take the liquidity. Maybe it will take the liquidity. If it wants to take the liquidity, maybe it will take the liquidity when it will work with the lower portion. Lower that parabolic gap. Then maybe at the same time it will take the some liquidity over here. Maybe. I'm just not interested to talk about the mini S&P right now. I'm here in Nasdaq chart, so I would love to talk about this Nasdaq only. Again, I told that if it can close above this parabolic gap, you can go for that low probable trade if you want. I'm just not interested to go for that trade. Okay, simply I'm not interested, I'll let him go, because this is the lowest probable trade, which is 50-50. If you can get that, your risk to reward ratio is gonna be huge, but if you fail to take it, it's gonna hit you, that's all. Okay, it's kind of gambling in short. Is which market chart you use, cause I don't have same numbers. I'm using NQZ 2024 Nasdaq December contract. Mhm. Look over here, one more thing. This high, look at this high, okay? This high has taken over here by that high. But Immunius and Pip failed to take that high. This is the sign that market is going to go higher again. This is the sign that market is going higher again, because the weakest sister has taken the liquidity, but the strongest sister failed to take that liquidity. It's a sign that market will go higher again. Just it has to do some job here first, then Immunius will go higher, this guy will go higher again by using this chart. Okay, but that NQZ will be 15-minute delayed, bro. Yeah, you have to pay. You have to buy the real-time data. Okay, it's kind of $21, something like that. It will cost $21. By the way, guys, whatever I explained over here, did you understand? If you understand, just let me know. Otherwise, I won't be able to understand that you got it or not. So I need the feedback immediately, that you got it or that is bullshit or something, whatever. Just give me some reply. Yeah, a CME group is $7, but you have to buy the plan as well. Without the plan, you can't buy only the data. So far, I know. Okay, ICT students clearly get that. Clear, good info. Okay, MF. Thank you, brother. House, thanks, brother. Understood. Okay, it's okay. So I'm expecting that market will work with the below this parabolic gap. That is my expectation right now. Now, this type of situation, when you will focus, when you know that market has already done its job, most of the job has done already. So in that type of situation, if you'd love to look for some kind of setup from 1 minute liquidity, for 1 minute liquidity, this information is going to be very important for you. Okay, good explanation, loud and clear, bro. Need manipulation. That's cool. That's cool, brother. So you guys got the point. Now I could be wrong. Okay, I could be wrong. That means maybe market is not going to take, I mean, doing some kind of manipulation. I could be wrong, and it can keep going higher and take that buy side liquidity. But that is the logic. When this candle closed, that candle confirmed that it's not the fake breakout. That's the logic, that it has to go below and it has to take some liquidity, more liquidity. Then if it wants to go higher, I'm okay with that. But until then, I should not look for the buy. Again, I can be wrong. Sometimes, shit happens. It's not going to happen 100% of the time, that's for sure. Now, if you ask me where ICT talked about this, no, ICT never talked about this. This is just my observation. This is how I actually observe the fair value gap, and everything. It's nearly impossible to explain. I sometimes I forget, right? I'm a human being, so sometimes I forget to talk about something. Can I go for sell? No, I can't go for sell. Why? Because I don't have any liquidity below here. Just nothing. So I can't go for the sell. You wanna go for the sell from this to until maybe some kind of relatively equal lows. You can do that, but that is also risky because these two parallel gap is extremely strong. Okay, they can simply hold the trade, send it higher for the buy side liquidity. So selling is absolutely the low probability. From there to for some kind of liquidity, it's extremely low probability. So I am not recommending you to look for the sell. Instead, you should wait for the buy side liquidity, but first let him do the manipulation here. When the manipulation has done, then it will come back again above this parallel gap and this parallel gap. You should good to go for buy side liquidity. You should be okay to go for that buy side liquidity. Okay. Hello brother, I took wrong membership. Help me. What did you do, brother? I can't help anything, okay? Because the membership things is the YouTube things. I have no power to control over there. Even I am unable to give you the penguin because I didn't take the membership. They asked me to take the membership as well. I really don't know what did you do. I mean, what did you wrong? But you can comment over here. Maybe some other people can help you who are the members. Okay, other members they will be able to help you. You have buffer, my friend. Imam, I didn't understand. You mean buffering? It is buffering? It should not be buffering. Is it buffering, guys? No buffer here. It should not be buffering because in my phone it is also open. So it's not buffering there as well. No buffering. No buffer here. Oh, okay. I guess you have some internet problem, Imam. My stop loss is just below this parallel gap, constant constant, just below that one. If I get stopped out over here, that means it is going to take that liquidity one more time. So I can't hold my trade for so long. I will go for two trade only. Okay, so this is my first trade. I will go for another trade. I'll take my entry when this candle has closed over there. Take my entry over there. Stop loss is gonna be just below this constant constant because I will believe that market is not going to take that constant constant one more time. Now, as you can see, I have marked this low as well and that low as well. So sometimes what it can do, it can just take that low and fail to take the extreme low. So what it will do, it will just take that low and then it will keep going higher. It should not come back again below this constant encroachment. Instead, it should keep going higher. My stop loss is over there. Okay, I will take re-entry from the same area as I have just two opportunity. So here, stop loss is going to be the same area, just below this constant encroachment, one tick below that area. And my target is going to be that buy side liquidity. Obviously, I will take the partial when it will go above this side. I'll take the partial over there. I'm going to believe that market is not coming back again the constant encroachment below this constant encroachment. So just 8 handle stop loss, something like that. So this is my last trade, last entry opportunity from this this session. If I get stopped out one more time, I'm just not going to trade anymore in this session. Now, is it a perfect setup, perfect entry? Absolutely not. I explained the price action over here. It has done the manipulation when it has taken this low. It can go for this one. I'm just not sure because sometimes it go for this one and sometimes it leave that one because market doesn't need to take the extreme low. It has to do the manipulation. The manipulation has done over here when this low is taken. Closed above this inversion parabol gap. It should work as the inversion parabol gap now. It should send the price higher now. My stop loss just below this parabol gap, maybe little lower. Okay, just little bit lower, just little lower of that constant encroachment. If it doesn't work, I'm just not going to push my button one more time. I'm just done for this session because here I'm just not pushing my button from the perfect setup. All I'm doing, I'm trading this concept, whatever I told, I am just trading through that concept. I got two stopped out. I'm just not pushing my button anymore from here. I'll wait to see how it is going to finish this session. Now, if you would love to look for the perfect setup, I will show you the perfect setup as well. But I used this concept and my stop loss is too tight, just 8 handle, as you remember, because I believe that it doesn't need to come back again below this constant crossman. Can I put my stop loss below that low? I could do that, but I don't want to do that as this is not the perfect setup. Just below this low, just below that low, 14 handle. It's not going to be huge, but I'm just not interested to take that 14 handle loss. Instead, I will keep pushing this button. I'll keep pushing this button until it gives me that run, because every time I'm going to get just 8 handle loss. I will be able to take at least 5 entries from that same logic, same area, same thing. It should not come back again to the constant encroachment one more time. I'll talk about the perfect setup as well. But here, this is the logic that should not go back again below this constant encroachment. It can go back to take this low. That's why I'm just not interested to put my stop loss below that low, because if it go for this low, it can fall little more lower until the constant encroachment of that week. That much risk I don't want to take. Instead, I will put my stop loss over here just below that constant encroachment little bit, that 800 loss. That is better for me. Get stopped out 1 or 2 times. Just count, okay? One time I got stopped out, two time I got stopped out. If it take this one and come back again above this one, I'm not pushing my button, but I will show you. If I would push my button one more time, what is going to be my profit until this area, until that area is going to be my target. If it can take this low, then that is the extreme manipulation. Again, this is not the perfect setup or something. I'm just using the fair value gap concept over here. That's why my stop loss is too tight. Otherwise, I would put my stop loss little longer. As you can see, it's not huge. 800 stop loss is just nothing. Sometimes market doesn't take this low. Just it has taken this low, manipulation has done. It doesn't need to take that extreme low. Sometimes it doesn't do that. So I have to take every kind of opportunity to go for that buy or something like that. I think it will take that low because even S&P has taken that low. Can you please also please mark 1 minute order block on the way? Right now I don't see any order block over here. Okay, it has taken that low. Let's see now if it can go higher for that buy side liquidity, because it has already taken the extreme liquidity over here. All I need to see, can it close above that fair value gap one more time or not? And if I get any kind of perfect setup, I'll talk about that as well. If I see any perfect setup. The best case of scenario, market is not going to touch the 50%. That is the best case of scenario, that market won't touch the 50%. Can I look for sell? If you would love to look for sell, where is your target? You have to show me your target first. Where is your target? Where is your liquidity? You wanna look for sell, it's okay, but where is your liquidity? Just show me your liquidity. If I don't see any liquidity, I'm not interested to look for sell. If you ask me about the buy side liquidity, yes, I have this buy side liquidity, I have that buy side liquidity. I have buy side liquidity, but I don't have the sell side liquidity. So I'm just not interested to look for sell. If market keep falling, I'll let him fall. I'm not going to touch that market. Simply, I'm just not going to touch that market. Can you tell us more about week C? What are they good or bad for? Week C is kind of last fair value gap. This is the week which has taken all the liquidity, trade the fair value gap. This week 50% is extremely important for me. If market really would love to go higher, the best case of scenario, market is not going to touch the 50%. Even if it touch the 50%, it is not going to close below the constant encroachment of that, below that line of that week. Even if it trade that constant encroachment, but it should not go one tick below that low. This is how I use the week. Remember, this time when market will close above this one, that will be my another entry, and stop loss will be the same area. I'm not going to push more button over here. I'll just wait and I'll show you if how it is going to work. That's all. As I told, I will push 2 times and I have already done my limit, so I'm not going to push any more button. At the same time, if I see any kind of perfect setup, I'll talk about that. Not as a hindsight, obviously beforehand. This is why I put my stop loss below that constant encroachment, because I know even if it can reach until the constant encroachment. I'm just not ready to take that huge loss from there to until that area. If I am wrong, if it go little lower, I'll get stopped out 23 handle. So 2 time I got loss, right? How much is going to be my loss? 16 handle. If I put my stop loss over here and get stopped out just 1 time, can you think how much is going to be my loss? 3 times. 3 times. That means by 1 time stop loss, I will be able to take 3 losses over here. For me, I actually look for the handle. How many handles did I lose? That's why my stop loss is too tight. I look for maximum 40 handle loss. I mean, in the session, I go for maximum 40 handle loss right now. But in my live trading, when I was trading live, for me the maximum loss is 60 handle. 60 handle. If I get 60 handle loss, I'm done for that specific day. So I actually count the handle, how many handle I'm taking loss. If I were trading, I got 2 losses, that means 16 handle. Still, I have a lot of opportunity to go for the trade, lot of the opportunity. But you see the losing trade, right? You count the losing trade, but I don't count the losing trade because I know what I'm doing. My stop loss, where is my stop loss? Very tight stop loss. If I'm wrong here, I can be wrong here as well. Now, luckily, it didn't hit the constant encroachment, or it didn't go little below of that constant encroachment. It could simply go over there, and it could hit my 23 handle loss. I'm not interested to take that loss. Instead, I will be good with that 60 handle loss. 2 times loss, 60 handles, I'm cool with that. In my opinion, this is the order block, so it should hold the price, send it higher again. This is the order block. It should hold the price, send it higher again. Remember why I'm looking for buy, because I have the buy side liquidity. Do I have the sell side liquidity? No. So what I'm looking for, buy. When I'm looking for buy, what I will expect, market is not going to touch the 50% of that week. If I were looking for sell, what I would expect, body close below this constant crossment. The body will close below this constant crossment. I would look for that. As I'm looking for buy, I would love to see market is not even going to touch the 50% of that week. Instead, it will keep going higher before touching that week. That's the thing I'm expecting over here. If I see any good setup, I'll tell that beforehand. If the body can close above that candle, it's going to be your propulsion block. Until now, look at the reaction of this parallel gap. It is working as an inversion parallel gap. This is the best case of scenario. Everyone is thinking this parallel gap is now working as an inversion parallel gap because this is the first time it closed below this parallel gap and it is using this as an inversion parallel gap. What I would love to see, it will go through this parallel gap and it will work as a normal parallel gap. As I have this real inversion parallel gap toward my direction, I will use both of them. Not only this one, but also this one. So both of them I will use for my buying. Just not only using this parallel gap. I can be wrong. I can be wrong. It can keep falling. I just I just explained what I'm expecting and why I'm expecting that. You will see if it works. Is there a swing high which is valid for shifting market structure? See this swing high? It is valid for shifting market structure. This swing high. This one? No. It's the sideways candle. Actually, this is a swing. This is a swing. Yeah, it is also valid for shifting market structure. Yeah, it is also valid for shifting market structure. But this is the best one, in my opinion. Why are we using old 1 minute parallel gap and inversion parallel gap? Why not the new ones? This is the run. Market has made the liquidity here. It has made the liquidity. Then this is the run which has taken the liquidity. All the sell side liquidity has taken. So in that specific run, this is the last parallel gap, which should work as an inversion parallel gap. And after the run that has taken the liquidity, this is the parallel gap. I talked about this parallel gap yesterday in my members only video. This is that specific parallel gap. If you understand your direction, you are going to use this parallel gap for using your direction. As my direction is bull, I'm just not interested to look for sell from this parallel gap. I will keep using this parallel gap as my buying opportunity. Okay? That's why I'm using this two parallel gap, not the new one. These two parallel gap, brother, you have to go little ahead of the time, right? I mean, the normal trading has done already. A lot of things we have already done. The easy setup, everything is done. Now it's time to look for the complicated things. How can you use a world parallel gap as your direction, as your understanding? It's time to think about that. If it keep falling, Are you interested to look for sell? I'm absolutely not interested to look for sell. Why? Because I don't have the liquidity. When I don't have the liquidity, I'm just not interested to look for sell. No sell is valid for me. I'll only look for the buy. I don't want to see any body close below this line. So below that mean threshold, I don't want to see the body close below that line. I'm going to remove this 15-minute fair value gap so that it can be little easier to see. So that was the 15-minute last fair value gap. I just removed it from my chart. I'll put it there if it happened. Then can it go little lower? Absolutely, it can do that. But body should close at the level of this mean threshold or above this mean threshold. I don't want to see body close below this line. That's all I would love to see. At the same time, it should not take that low, order block low. Why I'm saying like that way? Because I'm looking for buy. If I were looking for sell, I would love to see it will close below this mean threshold. At the same time, it will close below the constant encroachment of that specific week. It should close below that line. That would I look for. One candle close below this mean threshold. Okay. Next body should be close above this constant encroachment. It can be the fake breakout. Until one more candle, it's not broken yet. For example, here, one candle close doesn't matter. The next candle is the confirmation that it's not the fake breakout, it's actually the real breakout. So one more candle, I need to see can it close above this constant cost, above that line or not. Keep falling. Okay, I'm just not interested to touch that market. Simply I will not do anything over here. It is doing more manipulation. I will wait for more things to happen on the market, then I'll go for the target or maybe setup. This is not valid anymore. By the way, this is not the perfect order block. It closed below this constant encroachment, which is absolutely not good. But still, I have the opportunity. Still, I have the SMT over here. And there. You wanna look for sell? Please go for that. I'm just not interested to look for sell because I believe that market will go and take that buy side liquidity. It doesn't need to go lower and take this. It should not keep falling because there is no sell side liquidity. Obviously, it can do that. I don't have any opportunity to look for sell. That's all. Okay, it has broken everything. So let's see. They have no more value anymore because all of this low has taken. So this run has made this to fair value gap, which has been broken already. I don't have any value to this fair value gap. I'll keep this fair value gap only. And here I will wait for the perfect market structure shift toward the upper portion so that I can go for that buy side liquidity. This high should be taken as E-mini S&P. E-mini S&P failed to take that high. So it should keep going higher now. All I need to see, can I have any market structure shift over here? So this fair value gap, this fair value gap, I can't use anymore. Yes, brother, it has already done its job. I explained what happened already in the market. So what can happen? Just two things can happen. First, it can be consolidated rest of the day because market has already done its job. Nothing left over here. All you have to do is you have to mark the buy side liquidity or the sell side liquidity from 1 minute chart. When you will have that 1 minute buy side liquidity, sell side liquidity, you will go for the perfect setup or any kind of setup. If you find, you will go toward that liquidity, 1 minute liquidity. As market has already done its job, it has taken the liquidity, sell side liquidity, buy side liquidity. Rest of the day it can be choppy, just choppy price action. The best option is not to trade in this session, but if you'd love to take the trade in that area, you have to be very focused. Very, how to say, very you have to give your concentration over there. Look for the 1 minute liquidity, just wait for the perfect setup or something like that. Your stop loss should be very tight. The way I just took 2 loss, but still my loss is just 16 handle. So one entry 20 handle loss, no, I'm not interested to go for that because I know what can happen. It can do the choppiness or something like that. It went below this parabolic gap, did the extreme manipulation. Just extreme manipulation has done. It will go for that buy side liquidity. Remember that. What else can happen? It can simply stay here for the rest of the day. Then after the session, when the Asia session will open, it can simply take that buy side liquidity. It can happen because last few days it is happening. Last few days it is happening. So it can happen today as well. Just let's hope for the best that we are going to get the opportunity to take entry. Everything is done, okay? All I have to do is I have to wait for the buy. This clean buy side liquidity. If it keep falling, I have just nothing to do. If it keep falling over here, let's see this breaker block can hold the price or not. Is that a perfect breaker block? I don't need the perfect breaker block from 15-minute chart. All I need low, high, lower, low with my concept of the direction. I'm looking for buy and I have found out that low, high, lower, low, the highest up close body close candle. This is my breaker block. I'm not pushing my button in 15-minute chart, so I don't need the perfection from the 15-minute chart. That's all. Let's see if 930 price supports price higher. If price would love to go higher, either it won't trade this parabolic gap or it will trade the upper portion of this parabolic gap, not going to touch the lower portion of this parabolic gap. If it keep going higher from here, in this type of situation, the opportunity is that a perfect setup? Absolutely not. How can I trade? If it failed to trade this parabolic gap, or if it can make another parabolic gap over here, then trade that parabolic gap, make the order block. I will feel confident to push the button from that order block, but not from this parabolic gap because I don't know it is going to work with the lower portion of this parabolic gap or not. So first I have to see, is it going to work with the lower portion or with the upper portion of this parabolic gap. So this down close candle, it has to trade this parabolic gap for building a order block over there, but can't trade the lower portion of this parabolic gap. If it failed to trade this parabolic gap, that means no entry opportunity. Wait for another opportunity to look for the buy. Here is no inversion parabolic gap, just nothing. No inversion parabolic gap or nothing here. Simply lot of choppy price action. Can you explain morning inversion move? Always got confused when this thing happened. Morning inversion move? That was clear. It has traded this parabolic gap, went lower, take the liquidity, went through this parabolic gap, tapped this parabolic gap. Our bias is bullish. It should work as a perfect inversion perfect buying. The first parabolic gap is over here, which is absolutely open. Even it didn't touch this first parabolic gap. That was the first parabolic gap toward the direction. It was absolutely simple. It worked with the lower portion. I'm just not going to use this parabolic gap anymore or the order block for my entry because it tapped the lower portion of this parabolic gap. So I'm not going to leave this one. If it didn't touch the lower portion of this parabolic gap, when this candle will close above that high, I'll push my button from that order block. As it worked with the lower portion, I'm just not going to believe that it is going to reverse over here. Instead, I would love to think that it will fall a little bit, make another swing high to validate this swing high as a valid market structure shift, then shift the market structure shift, parallel gap, trade that parallel gap, it will go for the buy side liquidity again. The best case of scenario is should not trade when market has already done its job around the AM session without leaving anything for you. The best case of scenario you should not trade around that area. 90% of the time it is the choppy price action. Now it's not the choppy price action, but most of the time it is the choppy price action. Very difficult price action. When market already has done its job, the biggest job, daily job around the morning session or maybe around the London session. You should not trade in that specific day. Even if you would love to trade, you have to be very careful and your stop loss should be very small. So simply you take 20 handle loss. In that type of situation, try to take less than 10 handle loss. If you ask me, just avoid that session. I didn't want to come to this PM session to be honest, but I came here just to explain what should you do when the job is done. You don't need to use this parallel cap anymore because this low has taken already. So it has taken the same thing. You will start to look for the same inversion parallel cap over here. Now, do you have the inversion parallel cap here? No, you don't have. When you don't have the inversion parallel cap around that area, where is your first inversion parallel cap? There is your first inversion parallel cap. Now, this inversion parallel cap and that inversion parallel cap are at the same level. So you can simply keep this inversion parallel cap as your higher time frame PDRA over there. That is inversion parallel cap. You can just simply keep it over there. When it will go higher, and you can use that inversion parallel cap as your buy again. Professor PUBG, I have already talked about this at the beginning of this today's session. How we can there is two way about the choppy price action. First is you will look for the 15-minute candle. If you see small body, bigger wick, which you can see here yesterday. Okay, so there small body, long wick, small body, long wick, small body, long wick. See, small body, long wick, and small body, long wick. Lot of small body, long wick. If you see this type of candle for the first time, you have seen that. Be careful because the choppiness is coming coming to you. The second option is when you have seen that market has already done its job for that specific day. That was the buy side liquidity. There was the sell side liquidity here. There was the sell side liquidity. It was extremely jealous. Take that Monday low. It doesn't need to take that Monday low. Take that sell side liquidity. Take that buy side liquidity. At the same time, take Monday high, Monday low. That means it has already done its job for the day. What should you expect? When it has already done its job, what should you expect, brother, over there? If NQ takes the low and ES doesn't, it will be a nice SMT to go longs, isn't it? Not only, sorry, not only SMT just can't give you the confirmation of taking entry. SMT is just an indicator that is going to tell you, brother, if you are looking for long, I'm just giving you an confluences over here, confirmation that you are in a right way. Remember the fair value gap. Fair value gap is always very important. Fair value gap, breaker block, or any other high time frame PDRA. So you have to have, for example, I have this breaker block, obviously. If it can give me that SMT, as you can see, this low and that low, that means Nasdaq will take this low, E-mini S&P will fail to take that low. I have some unfinished business here. That means E-mini S&P has to take that high. E-mini S&P has to take that high. So if I see that market has done some kind of SMT here, that's a good sign that market is going higher. Until E-mini S&P doesn't take that high, this will keep going higher. But I hope that you got the SMT things. SMT is something that will give you a confirmation that, brother, you are looking for buy. There is my confirmation. You are in a right way. Then we expect choppy price action. What did you say? Yeah, you should look for that, bro. I'm always confused in order block suggest something. Order block, why you should get confused? After the market structure shift, the lowest down close body close candle, which is going to trade your fair value gap, that is going to be your order block 90% of the time. Except this one, forget about any other order block. Just forget about any other order block. Nothing. Market will take the liquidity, market structure shift, fair value gap. Then the lowest down close body close candle, which is going to trade that fair value gap. Use that candle as your order block. Forget about anything else. In time, you'll be able to use other order block as well. But start from there. It will help you, brother. Yes, we are also in 15-minute breaker block. That's why uh thinking about the SMT. Oh, that's cool. If it keep falling, I have nothing to do at all over there because I don't have the liquidity at all. No liquidity below the market. I have the buy side liquidity only, so I have to go for the buy side liquidity only. I just can't go for the sell side liquidity. That's all. Let's say if your prediction is going to correct or not. So this is going to be okay. It has taken the liquidity as well. So no SMT, no SMT over there. No SMT, brother. Unfortunately, there is no SMT. And by the way, you don't need the SMT. If you understand that. It is so difficult to hold your bias, to hold your direction. Trust me, brother. It's too difficult. As you can see, I am holding my direction toward that buy side liquidity, but I am seeing market is falling. Don't lie to me. Isn't it so difficult to think that I'm wrong? I'm right about my direction because market is falling. Isn't it too easy to think that, okay, maybe my direction is wrong and market is falling, so let's look for the sell. What a nice run. So let's look for the sell. I know it's too difficult, but you have to stay over there with your expectation, whatever your expectation is, because you look for that buy side liquidity because of the logic. When it is falling, you should be very happy. Why? Because you know it is going to give you more range. More range. So previously your range was from there to there. Now you have the range from here to here. See this range? Lot of range now you have. You have to be very happy. Why market is falling? Just doing the manipulation. That's all. Today is the manipulation day. It's doing the manipulation. Let him do the manipulation. Hold your bias. Hold your direction. If it doesn't go over there, no trade for you. I have the buy side liquidity, brother. Only the buy side liquidity. And obviously above this buy side liquidity, I have this daily buy side liquidity, which I'm over sure that market is not going to take today. But this is my weekly bias. So market will take this buy side liquidity by tomorrow or the day after tomorrow. It is going to be taken. So I'm actually bullish right now. When market has already done its job, everything is done, it left that buy side liquidity over here, so it should go for that buy side liquidity. The worst thing can happen, market is not going to take that buy side liquidity by this PM session. After the opening around the Asian session, it can go for that buy side liquidity. That is the worst thing can happen. That is happening actually every day now. For last 1 week it is happening every day, so it can happen actually. Tap to this 830, open, go to see that. The low of breaker block is here. This is the low of the breaker block. We'll use this weak consonant crossment at the same way I have used that weak consonant crossment. That means I don't want to see body will touch the 50% of that weak 50%. Same way. What is the benefit of using this one? This is a confirmation that market is going higher. So I will be able to use the first parallel gap. If it failed to trade that consonant crossment, I will be able to use the first bullish parallel gap to look for the buy. This is the benefit of using this consonant crossment. The same thing might happen today too. No stress. We will wait for the perfect setup. Wait for the perfect setup. I'll go for the price action, but you will wait for the perfect setup. I will show you when I take I mean 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 trade losing trade. Still I'm not going to blow my account, and I'm going to mitigate all of my losses with profit. How I actually do that, I'm just going to show you that, because not a lot of people are over here. I know most of you are my subscriber and you are with me for long time now. Did he trade this constant crossment? No. Can I have a fair value cap over here? I'll just look for a fair value cap around that area. Can it make a fair value cap over there or not? If there is two fair value cap, that is okay. As I don't have any opportunity to look for the inversion fair value cap, I'll just look for the bullish fair value cap over here. Just let me mark it. I don't know it is going to be there or not, but just let me mark it. So far I have this bullish fair value cap. There is two type of situation. First, you can take the entry over here, which is valid. Why? Market didn't trade the 50% of that week, so it is valid to go for the trade from this fair value gap. It will tap to this fair value gap. I'll be in the market. My stop losses should cover this constant crossment, but I am not going to do that. Instead, I'll put my stop loss below the low which has made this fair value gap, just below that low. I'll take my entry over here to that fair value gap, holding my trade until this buy side liquidity. Obviously I will take the partial anywhere very near. I mean, wherever is the, see this relatively equal highs, actually not that, go for that one. Yeah, that's the best area to take the partial. So around that area, buy side liquidity. That is the perfect area to take the partial. I'll push my button again over here. Just this is not because, for example, if I were trading, I would do these things because I have just taken 15 to 16 handle. Just nothing happened yet to me. Just nothing happened to my account yet. Let's see if it can come back here. Why I'm using this parallel gap? Because market didn't trade the 50% of that week. That is going to give me the confidence to trade that parallel gap, to take the entry from that parallel gap. What else can you do? You can wait to see. First, it will trade this parallel gap. No pushing button. Wait for the order block. Take the order block entry. It is also safe. You want more safe entry? That is the more safe entry. If it didn't trade that parallel gap, no worries. You will have lot of opportunity because you know market is coming here. So even if you miss this trade, there is nothing to worry about. You will get another opportunity to look for buy. Remember, mini S&P will go for that blue line. Mini S&P has to take that blue line. This blue line, it has to be taken by mini S&P. So from there to there, it's near about 54 handle. Obviously, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to take a partial above these highs, relatively equal highs, around that area. Okay? I'll try to take some partial above this relatively equal highs. That will be my first partial area. Again, why I'm doing that? Because I'm so much confident about my direction. So I will go for that. Still now, what is my loss? Just 20, 16 handle, not even 20 handle, brother. You have to understand that part. Not even 20 handle. Look, where is my stop loss? Just below that low, which has made this parallel gap. Just below that candle low. Maybe one tick below that low. Below that candle. It is valid. But what I told you, if you don't want to push your button over there, no worries. Wait for the order block first. Because the order block is your confirmation that it is going to hold the price. You don't know. You don't know it is working with the lower portion of this fair value gap or upper portion of this fair value gap. How do I know that it is going to the working to the upper portion of this fair value gap? Because market didn't trade the constant crossment of that week. So it is going to work with the upper portion of this fair value gap. That is my expectation. It is not going to work with the lower portion of this fair value gap. Now you don't know, no worries. Wait for this one as a valid order block. When it will be valid order block? When the market will close above that candle high, then it will be a valid order block. Try to take the entry from that order block. Is this high probability? This is all logic, brother. Around there, if you take the entry, where should be your stop loss? Just below this parallel gap. See this parallel gap because you are taking entry from this order block. Now you can miss that trade sometimes. I'm not telling that you are going to get that one. If you miss it, that is the unfinished business. After doing some certain job, it will come back again to trade this order block. Okay. If I just close my trade over here, all of my loss has been mitigated already. It did it mitigated already. If I just closed above that high here, just exactly over there, or maybe I just target 16 handle, my loss has been mitigated. I'm really afraid of that. No, I'm not afraid of that. This is the order block. Trade that order block. Perfect. It should keep going higher now. Remember, if you take that entry over here, where should be your stop loss? I'm just telling you the fact. Where you will put a stop loss, it's up to you. Your stop loss should be just below that fair value gap. Why? Because you are taking entry depending on that order block. So you have to believe this order block that it is going to hold the price. That means if you are wrong and if you put a stop loss over here or maybe here, you are actually, you are not believing your setup. You are not uh, what to say. I mean, you are not actually, you're gambling. You don't know what you are doing. But if you know why you are taking that entry, because this is the order block that should hold the price, then you should believe this is not going to be broken. This order block is not going to be broken. You have to believe it. If it is broken, you will take the stop loss over there, you will get a small loss. But never ever push your button from that order block and then hold your trade for so long. No, you don't do that. Don't do that. Get stopped out over here with confidence or with happiness. Okay, I got stopped out, it's logical. I got the entry over there, perfect. Now I got stopped out here, it is also logical. I'm not going to cry because it stopped me out. I believed this order block will hold the price. That's why my stop loss is below this order block. That's all. And obviously, until this area, you can see it's near about 2600, something like that. Obviously, don't forget to mark the min threshold of that order block. Is this the perfect order block? If you'd love to look for the perfect order block, this is that perfect order block. That means it should hold the price. Now, do I have a higher time frame PDRA, or am I looking for that entry depending on that 1 minute chart? No, I have the breaker block from 15-minute chart. I have the breaker block. Also, it has traded the fair value gap over here. It has already traded the fair value gap. So I have already lot of higher time frame PDRA. So I'm going to believe this setup is going to work. Let me actually mark the min threshold. It will be easier for me to see the price action, because sometimes my eyes are wrong and I can't look for the exact min threshold. So this is the min threshold. Body should not close below this line. Remember, this guy should take that high. So I'm watching this guy until it's not taken this high. I'm not interested to think that market is falling again until Immination P is not going to take that high. Why Immination P is going to take that high? Because Nasdaq has taken that high. This is that same high. Nasdaq has taken that high. So it should take that high as well. This guy should take that high as well. No, I can't trail my stop loss right now. I have to trail my stop loss when I will see a bullish fair value gap or unfilled fair value gap. Then I'll be able to trail my stop loss below the order block after seeing the unfilled fair value gap over here. That is the logic, brother. If I get stopped out over here, I know I'm going to get maybe how much is it's going to be for the 13 handle stop loss. It's logical. I can be stopped out over here, but I need a unfilled fair value gap first before trailing my stop loss below that order block. As I took my entry from this fair value gap, I have that opportunity. If you take the entry from this order block, you don't have that opportunity. You have to take this risk to get stopped out. I'm explaining, that doesn't mean you are going to copy my trade. Please don't do that. I'm just explaining, when you know the direction, how should you be very confident about your direction. You have to be very confident. You can be wrong, you will get stopped out. Perfect. Sometimes shit happens. But if you are really know what you are doing, you should not be very sad when you will see opposite run toward your direction. My direction was bull. I saw this run, I was getting happy. Why? Because I know that I will get more opportunity. This is that buy side liquidity, obviously not this one. If I want to trail my stop loss, I have to wait for a bullish fair value gap that will be unfilled. Then I will be able to put my stop loss below this order block. Okay, so here the lowest down close body close candle is going to be your propulsion block. So far I can see this is the propulsion block. As this candle is very small, I don't want to use this candle as my propulsion block. Instead, I would love to use this candle as my propulsion block. Okay, is this a good price action? Absolutely not. Don't ever think that this is a good price action. This is the worst price action ever. Worst price action ever. It closed this min threshold, not a good sign. The next candle should close above the min threshold again. Otherwise, this is not going to be my order block. I'll change this one as my order block, and I'll put my stop loss below this candle, below that candle, because this is the lowest down close body close candle so far. This one. Can it close below this fair value gap now? Absolutely, it can do that. Why? Because this is the reaction from that area. But if you see this way that market is going to fall and it is going to stop me out, that is wrong. You can't think like that way. You should believe this price action. Now, I can be wrong, but that is not the fact. Fact is how you are watching this market. If you are believe something, you are believing something, in time you will see that you are getting more confidence. You are not in something, oh man, I will get stopped out, trail my stop loss, trail my stop loss. No, you won't feel like that way. You will never feel like that way. You will get stopped out, you will let that go. One candle close below this min threshold, next candle close above this min threshold. I'm very happy to see that. This is the fake breakout, it can happen. I don't need to change the order block because still it support that min threshold. Perfect. Now, if anyone has the opportunity to open the E-mini SMT chart, please open the chart and let me know if this high is taken. I don't want to see another candle close below this min threshold because that is the sign of choppiness. One more thing can happen. It is actually going inside the macro now. Within two minutes, it is going to go inside the macro. So around the macro, it can do little more nasty price action over here before expanding higher. It can do that. I don't like this candle. When it has closed below this min threshold, I don't like it. I'll change this one. Keep this one only. Because if this min threshold is broken, I have to look for another lowest down close body close candle for the order block. Why it is doing that? Because it is coming inside the macro 250 to 310 macro. That's why it is doing this bullshit price action over here. It is just wasting little more time for the macro to run speedily. Just to doing that because of that macro. Just macro is in front of you, so it is doing this thing around the macro time. Propulsion block is the block or the candle which will trade the water block but not going to close below the mean threshold of that propulsion block. So remember, if you take that entry from that water block, maybe you got stopped out over here. Maybe you got stopped out over here. When the body will close above this water block, that is another opportunity to take the buy again. It will close above this water block, that is another opportunity to take buy. You got stopped out over here, no need to worry about that. Sometimes shit happens, it went lower, it doesn't need to come until that area. But shit happened, so what can we do? We have just nothing to do. But at the same time, look at the bodies. Where did it close? Did it close the lower portion or the upper portion of this fair value gap? I told that if it doesn't work with the lower portion, that is the best case of scenario. Even if it work with the lower portion with the wick, no worries. Body should close at the level of the consonant crossment or above the consonant crossment to this fair value gap. So until now, everything is cool. I'd love to see this fair value gap will be unfilled. See this fair value gap? I want to see this is going to be unfilled. So here, obviously it can be filled because it is inside the macro session. If it is unfilled, then I will be able to put my stop loss just below that water block if it is unfilled. So after closing this candle, I will wait one more candle to see is it going to be closed. So this candle, if it failed to close this fair value gap, I'll trail my stop loss and I'll put it below that low. Other than I can't move my stop loss. I can't do that. This should be broken now. One time fake breakout, next time confirmation of the breakout of this fair value gap. What is that? Inversion fair value gap. Worked as inversion fair value gap, went lower, closed above this fair value gap. It should work as inversion fair value gap. Tap to this fair value gap, boom, market will keep going higher. First I need to see that confirmation. Market will close above this fair value gap. When this candle will close, I will trail my stop loss below that low. If I would trailed my stop loss previously, I would get stopped out over here. So I have to wait for this inversion fair value gap, unfilled fair value gap over there. If I have this one, then I can believe that market is not coming back again to take this low. Now my stop loss is safe below this low. It should be safe here because if it come back again below that low, that means market will fall again. I'm going to take the loss. So I don't want to take the huge loss. Instead, I would love to put my stop loss here just below that low and going to believe that it is not going to break order block. It is not going to break unfilled fair value gap. It is not going to break mean threshold. It is not going to break high of this fair value gap, constant crossment of this fair value gap, low of this fair value gap. How many PDR do I have? What else do I have? Only this inversion fair value gap. Which one is going to be stronger? This one fair value gap or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 PDR? Which is going to be the strongest one over here? I believe these 6 are stronger than one guy. Just think like that way. One guy, 6 guy. And all of them are healthy, okay? Don't just think they're thin, very thin. No, they're very healthy. When I can put my stop loss below that unfilled fair value gap, if it can close above that high, see this high, body close above that high, then I'll be able to put my stop loss below that unfilled fair value gap. That is logical because when it will close above that high, it's called the liquidity taken. That means liquidity has taken over here. After the liquidity taken, if it keep going higher, if it wants to keep going higher, it doesn't need to fill that unfilled fair value gap. But if it wants the time distortion, breaker block setup, anything else except the going higher, then it will close this unfilled fair value gap. In that type of situation, it can keep falling to trade some other PDRA just to make the breaker block. I don't want to take that risk. So what I will do, when it will close above that high, body close. See, this is the perfect area to look for the inversion fair value gap. This inversion fair value gap. Why this is the inversion fair value gap? Look at this reaction from there. Went lower, take the liquidity. It should work as inversion fair value gap now. What I should do now, this price action you are seeing, it's not the good price action. Trust me, brother, it's not the good price action. So whatever I'm telling, that is the normal time situation. This should work the perfect inversion fair value gap, but that doesn't mean it is going to work today. It can be bullshit because of the right now what is happening over here. Whatever. If it can close above that line, my stop loss will be just below that unfilled fair value gap. I will believe that it is not going to be filled anymore, because if it come back again, man, I'm in a great danger. One PDRA propulsion block here. This is the propulsion block. I forgot about the propulsion block actually. One PDRA, two PDRA, three PDRA, four PDRA, 5, 6, 7 PDRA. I have 7 PDRA over there, and one guy, just one guy, inversion. I mean that inversion fair value gap. I'm just not reading your comment, guys. I'm just watching the price action, and I'm talking with with myself. Okay, I'm not talking to you as well. I'm just talking to myself. Not that high. This high is important. Not that high. I want to see body close above that high, not above this candle high. This candle high is important. Very small information, but you have to remember them. Not always it is going to respect or it is going to give you the perfection, but most of the time you'll get that. Trust me. I want to see the speed now. Very speed. Okay, something like boom. I want that speed now. Not exactly now, within 3 to 4 candle. I need that speed. Look at my loss now. If you just look at my loss here, 6 candle loss. If I close my trade right now, right over here, right now, did my stop loss covered? 16 handle stop loss. Remember, 60 handle loss. Is it covered? Absolutely covered, brother. So if I think about that, oh, I took 2 losses. So I could simply close my trade over here. But I'm not doing that. I know what I'm looking for. All of this fall, it's really so difficult to hold your bias, hold your direction. In time, you will build that confidence how to hold your direction. Every time you'll be right? No. Sometimes you'll be wrong. But most of the time you'll be right, and you will be able to hold your direction. Did it take that high yet? No, it didn't. So until this guy didn't take that high, I'm safe. That means market will keep going higher. Should I put my stop loss to the break even? If I put my stop loss to the break even, I'm not going to get any losing trade, right? By that 6 handle. But I'm not seeing this 6 handle as my losing trade. I'll let him hit my target. I mean stop loss over there, because it should keep going higher. I believe that it can come back again at least until this parabolic gap one more time to trade the high of this parabolic gap. I just don't want to take that risk. Instead, I will get stopped out with that 6 handle. I'll let him hit my stop loss, but not interested to trail the stop loss and closed prematurely. So the very next candle should keep going higher. Where did it came? Where did it came, brother? Just I talked about this. Just I told you. It can come back again until the top of this parabolic gap. Just I told you. So is it better to get stopped out over here by 6 handle, or is it better to get stopped out to the break even and say, oh god, I just saved six handle. I just saved six handle, man. Oh man, I'm the genius. Perfect. This is the candle should keep going higher. Closed above this parallel gap. Why did you put a stop loss over there? Because it has already done its job. The job has done already. If it come back again here, that is that's not I mean natural. I don't like to see that unnatural things over there. So I am not interested to take that 600 loss even now. Is it I mean I mean first trailing stop loss? I'm just talking about the logic over here. This time I was very afraid to trail my stop loss because it can come back again to the top of this parallel gap. When it has traded the top of this parallel gap, it doesn't need to come back again to top this parallel gap. If it come back here, I'll get a stopped out over here. No worries. I'm not going to cry for that, but I'm not interested to take that 600 loss right now. Is that first trailing stop loss? That is the logic. Okay, now if you say this is the first trailing stop loss, I just don't have anything to say. But that is logical. Market doesn't need to come back again over there. It has already done its job one time. If it is algorithmic, it doesn't need to do the same thing one more time. It doesn't need to do that. This is paper money. If I take a loss over here, that doesn't matter because this is paper money. Still, I trailed my stop loss. I know that market will go higher. Still, I trailed my stop loss because that is logical. That is the thing I look for. Even if I get stopped out over here, I'll get stopped out with working with the logics. I'm watching this parallel gap that should not hold the price. Send it lower below this low. Okay, I don't want to see that because a lot of people will start to take sell from there. I don't want to see this. Is this a good price action? Again, let me tell you, the the worst price action ever. This is the worst price action ever. See the way it is respecting this parabolic bullshit. It should not respect like this way. It should go. It should give me the speed now. There should be the speed. See this speed. I want this speed. Not one candle will close out. No, boom, something like that. It will keep going higher. More speed. Not something like this type of reaction. My mind is telling me to put the stop loss over here, but that is risky. To be honest, it's risky. So it's better to keep it around here. But if I were trading, I would put my stop loss just below that unfilled fair value gap now, just cover that 50% of that week. But which is actually that is fast trailing stop loss. I don't want to do that. I just don't want to do that. Mm. See this struggle to break this fair value gap. It's not natural. It's absolutely bullshit. It should not struggle here. It should keep going higher. And that run will be sudden run. Boom. Something like that. I don't know it will go higher after stopping me out or not. But if it doesn't stop me out, you'll see the boom. I mean boom. See this type of boom. Boom. Something like that. I need to drink some water, guys. I talk too much. Reading the price action candle by candle is too difficult because a lot of you actually start to judge me. Oh, brother, you told you are expecting the boom move, but you are not getting it. So you are wrong. I'm just fed up. To be honest, I'm just fed up. I'm really fed up. Whatever it is doing, absolutely bullshit. I'm just fed up. Okay, I really don't want to hold this trade anymore. I would love to put it over there so that I can be stopped out because I'm just fed up with this price action. That is the last logical level where market should not come back. I just trailed my stop loss little tight. I mean faster, but I'm okay with that. It is just giving me the run, then it come back again. I don't like this. If there is no speed, that is absolutely bullshit. If any of you are thinking that this is the that run, big run, no, it's not the big run. This type of candle, see this type of candle, I would love to see this type of big candle over here that will just go and break everything. It will keep going with breaking everything. One candle give me the bull move, this next candle is the bear move. Bullshit price action. Nah, people who tell that haven't really seen you do what you do. I'm just saying whatever I'm feeling and whatever I have seen in my life. That's the thing I'm expecting. So whatever you are seeing here, that is not natural. The natural thing is it's gonna be this type of candle, this type of big candle, which is going to break everything, and you'll suddenly you'll see what happened to the market. Why it is just doing that? You'll say like that way. That should happen over there. Everything is done over there. Every single job has done over there. There is no unfinished business at all. Absolutely done everything. So it should give me the speed now, and I'm not getting that speed. To be honest, it's really frustrated. I mean frustrating. See this move, this type of candle I want to see. Not here, exactly there. I would love to see this type of candle. Boom. And what it is doing? One candle came until that area, then closed here. Another candle is bear candle. What the bullshit? I'm unable to put my stop loss little above as well because market didn't close above that high. Let's mark that high because it has made that buy side liquidity. This is another dangerous thing. When it has made this buy side liquidity, it can come back again to trade the order block or maybe with the min threshold again, just to take that buy side liquidity. That's why I need the speed over here. I'm sorry guys, but this is what it is. The price action is like this, so I have to. I don't know what to say. It is so frustrating when I actually read the price candle by candle. That is gonna be more frustrating for me. If I just take my entry, put my stop loss to the break even, and then keep quiet, see what is going to happen, that is okay. When I told that I want the speed here and I'm not getting the speed, that is really so frustrating because I told you that I'm expecting the speed. I'm not getting that speed. Some of you can think that, okay, What he's talking about? Speed? There is no speed. By the way, you guys are getting bored, right? Sorry to make you bored. Rakesh. Why it came until this water block? Just to take that bicycle. Just to take that bicycle, it came until this water block. Can you imagine this type of shitty price action? Can you imagine it? It came until this water block just to take that bicycle. I don't like these things. I want to see it will go higher and without anything, it will keep going higher. Just it will keep going higher. Now it came until this min threshold, stop me out. Perfect. I'm happy to get stopped out because I really get bored. Now I will wait and to see how it is going higher. That's all. Until this min threshold. Now I'll be happy. I am not in the market. I'll just stay here and get I will wait for the closing. Just remember why it came here. Just to take that buy side liquidity. This is the natural thing. That's why I need the speed over here so that I am not going to get stopped out over here. Can I trail my stop loss? I can't do that. I just can't do that until the body close above that high. When the body will close above that high, then and only then I'll be able to put my stop loss below that unfilled fair value gap. Just below that unfilled fair value gap. But as I got exhausted, I just trailed my stop loss. That's all. I'm going to remove this fair value gap. It has no value anymore. My stop loss is still sitting in 200 132. What is your 200? Okay, your stop loss is still here. Don't keep it over there. At least put it to the break even, brother. I mean, it's your obviously your choice, but until this area, that risk you should not take anymore because it has done its job around that area, in my opinion. So it doesn't need to come until this fair value cap. It can't come until this fair value cap. If it come here, that is the sign that market is falling again. So your stop loss should be safe below this fair value cap, unfilled fair value cap. But I'm not telling you anything to do, but I just told you the logic. Okay, I just trailed my stop loss too fast because I'm just fed up with this price action. That's all. But remember, if it come back again to this fair value gap, that means it can keep falling, which I don't want to see. So my stop loss should be set to the break even. It's my opinion, just my opinion. Okay, why there is not speed? I can't say that, brother. I don't know why there is no speed because the price action is not good today. Not only today, last 2 to 3 weeks, the price action is not good. So when the price action is not good, I can't just say why it is not good. See this fair value gap when it has closed above this fair value gap here for the second second time, it doesn't need to come back again here. When it did it around that to the top of this fair value gap, went higher around 3 a.m. sorry 3 p.m. New York local time. This is that 3 p.m. Where was that? Where was that? There. This candle should keep going higher with speed. Look at this candle. I want that type of speed. What it has done, made that buy side liquidity come. What did I say? it has made that buy side liquidity. Now it will trade the min threshold or the order block. Look at the bodies, where the body is closed at the order block. Where did it came? Until the min threshold. Now it is going to take that buy side liquidity. Bullshit price action. Absolutely bullshit price action. I'm just fed up with this price action. If I were trading, I would have closed my trade long time ago, to be honest. I know where it is going, but still, I would close my trade without any hesitation because I don't like this type of time distortion. I mean, so difficult for me. At the same time, I'm just going to remove everything over here. Just everything I'm going to remove. Instead, I'll keep remove everything and I'll just watch this clear price action. This is also going to be removed. Just keep it that line. Yeah, that's cool. I forgot what was my parallel cap, so let me mark the parallel cap one more time because it should not come back again to this parallel cap. I'll just keep it because I forgot how far it can reach. Should not come back again to the top of this parallel cap, at least before coming and taking that high. Not this high, that high. What happened? Block audio of T2, he is swearing. Then turn off your computers and go to sleep. I'm swearing. I'm sorry for that. It can be okay, brother, because my headphone. Is it okay now? Is it okay now? Sometimes it can happen. Okay, so let me know. I will just put into a right place. I'm sorry for that. Okay. Can you imagine this price action? Who can control his emotion? Who can do it? I can't do it. Whatever it is doing, I can't do it. I know that it is going higher. I'm over sure it is going higher. It is going higher, but I am unable to. Uh, Even if I'm in the trade, I'm unable to hold that trade. Even though I know it is going higher, it's so clear, but I'm just unable to do that. Look at these 15-minute candles. One, two, three, four candle. Just look at this four candle, one after another. Can you imagine? It's just a mental torture. तूफान के पहले की शांति. Oh man, I don't need the daily chart, Minato. I have already explained what is my expectation from daily chart. So I don't need any kind of daily family cup or daily information over here. All I need the 15-minute information. All I can see, this is the breaker block, this is the breaker block high, this is the breaker block low. It has traded this breaker block. Then we have this family cap. We had this concurrent crossment of that week. Market failed to trade that concurrent crossment. It should keep going higher at least until this buy side liquidity, that is my partial area, and that is my extreme liquidity, which is going to be taken here, but it can be taken around the Asia session. Okay, that is the worst thing can happen. At the same time, E-mini S&P is going to take that blue line. So until E-mini S&P didn't take that blue line, it will keep going higher. But it is just destroying every kind of patience level. Every kind of patience level is going to be destroyed just because of this one, two, three, four candle. Now about four candle now. Even there is a dollar to be made on those four 15-minute candle. Absolutely, brother. I don't know if any of you uh, took that entry or not. You should put your stop loss to the break even because the thing market is doing, it's not good. Okay, it's not giving any kind of speed which you need more than anything else. In my opinion, you should put your stop loss to the break even. If you get a stop loss to the break even, perfect. If anyone took that entry, okay. Thanks, man. Is that one trading view right? Which one, brother? Valok. Okay, I guess you guys are talking about each other. Then it's okay. Why did I came to this PM session? I just came to this PM session to explain when the the daily job is done. The daily buy side liquidity, sell side liquidity, both of them is done in any certain days, except the Wednesday and Thursday. Any other days, if the daily job is done, most of the time market is going to be consolidated, or you will look for the obvious liquidity from one minute chart, which is also going to be very difficult to be taken. The best option is not to trade in that price action. That is the best option. Even if you'd love to take that entry, make sure that your target is very small target. Otherwise, you will just blow your mind because of this shitty price action. Yo-yo time. Yeah, it's a yo-yo time. During London session, New York AM session every day. Net, I don't know about the London session. AM session is gonna be every day. I hope. PM session, I'm not sure. London session, I'm not sure. Tomorrow maybe I'll be in the London session again. As today's London session was not good, so I'll be in the tomorrow's London session. I hope so. Not a promise, but I hope so, brother. It's not like that. London is better than in New York. It's not like that. If you ask me what is my favorite session, then it's gonna be the New York morning session. That is my favorite session. I never trade the London. I trade the London, but not like professionally. Maybe very rare I trade the London. I'm not a London guy, by the way. New York PM session, most of the time it's bullshit. Most of the time. It's my opinion. Again, don't give me the curse or don't use any kind of slang. In my opinion, PM session is the it's not good for trading. The best area is to trade around the morning session. So after 9:30, that is the best case of scenario to trade. Waiting, is it possible for you to summarize what exactly do you look for very first thing every day on chart? Do you just start with 50 minutes directly? No, I don't do that. Every single day, every single day. First, I came here. Yeah, so just let me remove this one. This bicycle I'll just let. Every single day, I came here for the first time in daily chart to see what is going to happen over here. For example, today, this is the today's candle. Okay, so just think the London session has done, or maybe before the London session, I came here and I am seeing the price action from the daily chart. What can happen? Is there any job which is unfinished? That means my first I look for the target from the daily chart. Where is my daily target? This is my target for the daily chart. It is not, it doesn't need to take that high by today, but this is my extreme target which I am going to take by this week, maybe by today, maybe by whatever it is. Then I look for how it is going over there. Trade the entry fabric, perfect. Where is my order block? There is my lowest down close body close candle, which is my order block. Did it trade the order block? Yes, it has traded the order block. Does it need to come back again below here? No, it doesn't need to come back again. Why? There is no unfinished business. Entry fabric gap, breakaway gap. Here, breakaway gap. Didn't trade the breakaway gap. At the same time, I have this inversion fabric gap. So I have all of these three things here. It doesn't need to fall again. Why? Because all the job has done over there. I'm done with this. In hourly chart, if I get something from hourly chart, perfect. I really don't spend that much time in hourly chart. Most of the time, I even don't. If I see something very obvious from the hourly chart, then I will mark them. Otherwise, I don't actually spend the time around the hourly chart. I go back again from 15-minute chart. From 15-minute chart, when I'm in 15-minute chart, first I remember, I remind myself what is today. If it is Monday, I started to expect this type of price action. If it is Tuesday, then I started to expect Monday high and low should be taken. Something like that. It doesn't need to take it. That should be taken. At the same time, every single day, my thinking is going to change step by step. For example, today was Tuesday. So though my daily bias is bullish, I wasn't bull today. I was bear today. I was thinking that market is going to take the sell side liquidity. I didn't expect it will take the Monday low as it has taken that on. It's cool. But I didn't expect that on. That was my sell side liquidity. All of this lows was my sell side liquidity. I expect it will take this sell side liquidity. Then it will come here around that area and it will spend rest of the day over here. In the London session, it has made, sorry, not London session, around 9:30, it has made that relative equal highs. So when it has taken the extreme low of the Monday, simply that is my bias for the, after taking this one, obviously that is my bias. When I'm in 15-minute chart, I look for something very obvious, last fair value gap. That was the last fair value gap. This is the last fair value gap. I keep watching them. Is there anything that is important for me from that last fair value gap? Does it need to trade that last fair value gap? Or is there any order block? Is there any breaker block? Anything over there that is important for me? When I find out that, okay, there is nothing important, and after taking this liquidity, it can go for that buy side liquidity from 15-minute chart, I started to think about the situation, how and when I should look for buy and how and when I should look for sell. For example, first I was looking for sell. If I'm looking for sell, is there any fair value gap that should be broken? Any kind of bullish fair value gap that should be broken. So what I do, I actually mark the buy side liquidity and the sell side liquidity, the 50%. There, if there is any kind of fair value gap that is important for me, if I see that is that fair value gap is important, I wait until that fair value gap is broken or not. Just for example, okay, I'm just showing you in the morning session. I have showed you one time, so I'm going to show you one more time. That is the buy side liquidity. There was the sell side liquidity. So what I do, I actually mark if there is this type of situation. Then if there is no this type of situation, obviously there is no word to say. For example, you don't have the buy side liquidity. It has to be relatively equal highs, remember, or relatively equal lows around the 50%. If there is any kind of fair value gap, and if it is the last fair value gap, that is the best case of scenario. I have this last fair value gap around that area, so I would love to give the most priority to this last fair value gap until it's not broken. If I am able to take a sell from there until this last fair value gap, I'll hold my trade. When this last fair value gap will be broken, I will start to look for sell again, because I know market is coming for this sell side liquidity. Now I have the new week opening gap. Obviously this new week opening gap should be treated. You know how to treat this new week opening gap. When it has came here and I have this buy side liquidity around that area, this was the buy side liquidity around that area. What I will do, for example, I'm thinking First I need to see one body close above this new week opening gap, because lot of time I have showed you how people get chopped up because of this new week opening gap. It come here, then it close below this new week opening gap, then it keep falling. It is also possible. So I need the confirmation. If you don't have this new week opening gap, maybe there can be some kind of last travel cup or something over there. That should be broken. If that is broken, good. You will start to look for your setup again toward your direction from 1 minute chart. What you will do, you will wait for liquidity taken. First it has to take some liquidity, then you will start to look for setup. This is the confirmation that market is going higher. After getting that confirmation, when I am in 1 minute chart, I will start to look for liquidity taken first. That is the first priority. It has to take the liquidity. When it will take the liquidity, at the same time, if it trade any kind of higher time PDRA, that means 15-minute PDRA, there can be breaker block, there can be last parallel gap, parallel gap, whatever it is. It has to trade any kind of things over there. After trading that high time frame PDRA, liquidity taken, I will start to look for buy or sell, something like that. As you can see here, when this candle appeared over there from 1 minute chart, here I was looking for buy. Is there anything that should be broken? For example, look over there to that specific leg. Do I have any kind of fair value gap? No, I don't have any kind of fair value gap. See, no bearish fair value gap. When I have seen there is no bearish fair value gap, I don't need to wait to take the buy. I will simply push the button for the buying if I get any opportunity. If there was a bearish fair value gap, I would wait to see if it can broke that fair value gap or not from 15-minute chart. When I would see that okay, it has broken this bearish fair value gap, then I would start to look for buy. As I don't have any kind of bearish fair value gap around that area, now there can be a very small fair value gap. So I don't see any here, but there can be very small fair value gap. I don't care about them. I need something like obvious fair value gap. Okay. When I see this thing came here, first I would love to see is there any kind of high time frame PDRA. The best PDRA is the fair value gap, then order block, then the breaker block, any other things. As I have this breaker block, at the same time I have the fair value gap as well, but I don't give the priority to the fair value gap, because if I would love to give the priority to the fair value gap, I have to give the priority to this fair value gap and this fair value gap. Okay, it has been traded actually, so it's done nothing wrong because it has been traded. Why not this fair value gap? Because this fair value gap is below the liquidity level. As you can see, this is your extreme, this is the liquidity, then this is the extreme liquidity over here. If you'd love to mark this extreme liquidity, this extreme liquidity is still, this parallel gap is at the level or below the liquidity level. I would love to go for this one, but obviously you can go for the extreme one if you want. As I see this parallel gap is below the liquidity, I'm not going to give the priority to this parallel gap. Instead, this is my last parallel gap or the breakaway gap. Above this parallel gap, this is the anti parallel gap. It came until this anti parallel gap. The reason is it doesn't need to come here. It is valid for me. Came here in 1 minute chart, I'll start to look for buy, because there is nothing that can stop the price. It will keep going higher. It has to keep going higher. How far? Until the liquidity. Where is my liquidity? There, go over there. I know I talk too much, but if you understand, I'm very happy. Okay. If you have any confusion, you can ask me, brother. Look at this price action. Is it my fault, brother? Is it my fault? No, it's not my fault, brother. No, Minato, I'm not going down, brother. It should not fall. It should keep going higher. So I'm not interested to look for sell. I'm only interested to look for buy. though, though you can see that still I'm wrong, because market is not giving me the speed yet. What a nice buy sell liquidity there. Buy sell liquidity here. Buy sell liquidity there. Lot of buy sell liquidity. Still market is not going higher. And look at this whole price action from immediately. Just look at this price action. See what a beautiful price action over here. You still would love to hold your trade and think that it is going to give you the speed. That is called Expectation. Don't expect like that way. If you see it is not happening the way you are expecting, either trail your stop loss to first or kill your trade. Just kill it. Just kill it. It's- Sorry. Sorry. it, it is the clear. I mean, killing thing. When you will say ever, if you, whatever you are expecting, and your market is not providing you that, never ever expect that it is going to give you the profit. That means even though you are 100% sure market will go higher and take the buy side liquidity, but don't hold your trade. Either trail your stop loss too fast or close your trade, kill your trade. Okay, that's all. If I zoom out, you never talk too much. I'm slow learner. Okay, Jerry, thanks for that, man. I had speed. Okay, I didn't have the speed. Liquidity might be for Asia session or London session. I'm feeling like Asia session. Okay, not this one. Absolutely not. Let me show you. Absolutely not this one, but this one is going to be taken around the Asia session because last few days it is happening. Around the PN session, market is bullshit. Then around the Asia session, what a nice run toward the buy side liquidity. Now, as I told, you should kill your trade. That doesn't mean you are going to kill your trade because it's your decision, because it's your money. I just told you what should you do. When you are expecting something and you are not getting that, the best decision is to kill the trade. Even if you are 100% sure it is going toward your direction, you should kill the trade. It's my opinion only. Okay. Yo, Tito, how are you? I'm fine, Plug. How are you, brother? Thanks for asking. I mean, it's speed nap and the price is still there. Yeah, it's still there, brother. Not your fault. They are trying to close above yesterday high and the day before week CE. I I will be here until 4. Let's see how it is going. But to be honest, I'm not interested to look for sell, and I don't believe that market will fall. It should keep going higher. That's my thinking. I can be wrong. Gupta, damn, the way you explain in 5 minutes, most people can't explain in even hours of teaching. Well, if you get that, I'm happy. Because when I talk, I feel like I make things complicated. I feel like that way. I try to make it simple, but sometimes I feel that I just made it so complicated. Guys, I don't know, did you push the like button or not? If you didn't push the like button, don't forget to push the like button, okay? Please. I can see speed now. To find for us a strategy for Asia. Really? Don't say me that. Though I don't sleep around the Asia time, but I have a plan actually about my Discord. So I will be busy. I'll be really busy for some maybe 2 to 3 months. I'll be busy with my Discord. I'm not focusing on the price action or any other strategy or anything. I'll be busy only the London session and with my Discord. By the way, Jackty, do you trade real money or the paper money? Just curious to know. Yes, Rakesh, that is my plan. That is my plan, brother. To be honest, copy trade, signal. I'm forgetting my trading, so I have to do something like that, but not in YouTube because it's so public and I really don't want to do that. It's my plan. It's not the final decision. I'll talk to all of you guys first, then I'll decide. There you go. I hate, I hate, I hate him. I really hate him. I expected this run here, around there. I expected this run around there. What it has done? Bullshit. At least until that line. Because in the meantime, this guy will take that lead, that line. I hate him, to be honest. No, brother, it's not the signal service. Don't say like that way. I'm just thinking about that. I didn't decide yet, but obviously not in YouTube. It's going to be in my Discord. So no teaching, nothing. Just the London session, not the New York session, because New York session I will spend in YouTube just for talking about the price action, how to learn these things. That's all. Hey Vrinder, how are you, brother? Don't say like that with signal services, okay? Please. It doesn't sounds good. I become a genius because of you. I'll listen to I feel good music or you can sing for us. I'm not a singer, brother. Don't troll me, okay? I'm fine. Thanks for asking, Vedar. How are you, brother? From money. When the move is nice, funded, and when it likes now evolves. Yeah, that is actually my focus. How you can't earn the money? That is my question. That's why I will do that signal or something like that in Discord. How you can't earn money? If I can do it, you will be able to do it. That is my plan. I need someone. I mean, not for so long. I'll just do it until you will be able to pay out some money. Then I will stop doing that. To be honest. Eon just did the range again. Eon, by the way, how are you, brother? Rodius? Eon Rodius? Are you trading London tonight? I hope so, brother. Until now, I have the plan to trade London tonight. If I'm not dead, obviously. It went to 13106 Pavel cap. To be honest, I'm not interested to do anything right now because after 344 or 345, no entry is valid for me. Even if I am in the trade, I'm not going to hold my trade 1 second after 349. 1 second after 349, no, I'm not holding my trade. That's 100% sure. Today's patience is amazing. Oh man, it break my heart today. To be honest, all of this price action break my heart today. Passing evil is the hardest. Passing evil is the easiest one, brother. Passing evil is the easiest one. If you give me 10 evil, I will pass 8 of them. But if you ask earning money or payout, that is the most difficult part. That's why I'll do that. Nice, I like that attitude. Take an account and run it for a payout, then and we will follow. Evan Radius, nice. Okay. Remember that high. If this high is not taken, I will be wrong. And I don't want to be wrong. At least not about my direction. So you will be able to tell that Titu, you are wrong today. If it failed to take that black line today, you will be able to tell that Titu, you are wrong, absolutely wrong. Now I don't want to be wrong, to be honest. Titu, 1 into 500 is equal to $500. 5 into 100 is equal to $500. Yes, but what did you mean by that, brother? Someone just messaged, I mean, mentioned me to my Discord. I don't know who is it. Who is that? Whoever just messaged me, brother, I'm busy with my life. I'm busy here to be wrong today. Some days ago, I got wrong for the first time. So I don't want to be wrong for the second time in the same month. It's very rare if I'm wrong about my direction. It's very rare. So I don't want to be wrong today. It can leave this buy sell liquidity for Asia session, but this line should be taken. Why I'm talking about this? Because if my entry is over there until this area, s- smart amount, right? 3800 is a smart amount. Oh, the range. I really didn't get you yet, Yon. What do you mean by range and what do you mean by that 1 into 500 is equal to 500, 5 into 100 is equal to 500? Why, what do you mean by that things? By, and also by the range word? I mean, the market is ranging, something like that? Or you're asking something? I'm the wizard now predicting closing price. Tell me, brother, where it is going to close. Previously, you told that it is going to fall. So don't say that it is going higher now. Watching 200, 164. Watching 200, 164. Where is 164? There is 164. You're thinking that market is going to close here. Okay. I don't predict the close, but let's see if it can close over here or not. Let me mark a line over there. There, okay. And I actually don't know how to predict the close. I only know the direction, how it is going toward that direction. So if you ask me about the direction, yeah, it should take that high. At least this high. But if you ask me about the prediction close, I'm sorry for that. In natural, if you ask me where it is going to close, it is going to close around this parallel gap. If you ask me about the predicting the close, then I would love to say around 4 p.m. market will be here around that area. At least around that area. If it went have above this parabolic gap, that is cool. And above this parabolic gap, it is cool, but at least until this parabolic gap. Mhm. Trading the range in 15 minute. Oh, okay. It is trading ranging in the 15 minute. It's cool. Trading the Rangian 15 minute. Either I'm not getting your point or anybody can explain what he means to say by range. I mean by that yon. Maybe I'm not getting the point. Okay. 2164 is per day high. Oh, okay. That's cool. I don't predict the close actually, but if you ask me, I would love to see that it will come at least until this parallel gap before closing the session. I want to see that. 1 minute 1306 parallel gap is still rejecting. 1 minute 1306. Let me check. 1 minute 1306. Oh, this parallel gap. I forgot about that parallel gap. It's important, but it will be broken. Don't worry. It should be broken actually. It has already done its job here. See this, all of this candle, it has done its job over there. So it should be broken. And those highs is my target. Yep, everything is cool. Because now even S&P has to take this high, right? When it has to take this high, it will go through this parallel gap now. Has to go through this parallel gap. Range on. Okay. One more question. Sorry for being a beginner. What trading view plan do I need to be able to buy real-time data for CME group? You have to buy the basic plan and the data for CME group. I mean, you have to pay $7 something like that for the data. Okay. If you go to the plan, you will see the basic plan, which will cost maybe $14 something like that, and $7 for the data. So it's all over 21 $1 something like that. It's gonna be $21. He's just saying he's trading the range on 15 minutes. At least that's what I think he's saying. Oh, okay, now I got the point. He's telling that he doesn't want to hold. Okay, Ion, if I'm right, let me know that. In that range, you wanna take 5 entry. Every entry is going to be $100. So you are going to earn $500 instead of taking one trade for $500. Did you mean that, brother? I think I got the point now. If I'm not wrong, okay? The cheapest plan will make it. Absolutely, brother. I traded the top and bottom of the 15. Yeah, I got you now. Now you actually mean to say you wanna take 5 entry. Every entry is going to be $100, so it's gonna be your $500 profit. I mean, instead of taking one entry for $500. If I get you now, yeah, that's the cool thing, brother, and the smartest decision. In my opinion. Now, Jack, you just show me something that is making me afraid now. Okay. So previously I didn't mark it, so I was so confident that market is going to take that high. And now you have shown me something that is making me so I mean afraid. As the way it is rejecting from this parabolic gap, absolutely not good. Okay, you are a very bad guy, Jack. You are a very bad guy. You wanna prove me wrong? Okay, I'm not going to talk to you. Remember. What the hell? Look at that fall. You wanna hold your trade after nine? I mean, sorry, after 349. Hold it then. You see this type of bullshit things. I'm not thinking that market is falling. Yet I'm thinking market will go higher. Are you kidding me? It didn't take that high just for one or two handles, something like that. Yeah, just for one handle. Ah man. If it leave this buy sell liquidity open right now, remember the Asia session, okay? It is going to take that by the Asia session. That is happening for last 1 or 2 weeks. It is doing that bullshit things. Just made me afraid, okay? To be honest, that should be broken, but yeah, it holds this parallel gap. This is the, yeah, most important parallel gap to that specific area. Mm-mm. 3 minutes left for the session close, and the market will close around 4:59. If it leave this line open, that is absolutely bullshit. Very awkward. If it leave this high open like that way. If I had the power, I would just let him take that line. I'll just push him to take that line. I don't have the power. Yes, brother, I'm wrong maybe because market didn't take that line just for one handle. So I'm wrong here for one handle. But still, I will wait until the end of the day. Can it take that high or not? If it doesn't do that, in the Asia session, it will go for that, which is absolutely awkward right now. There you go. One guy just made me right. I'm happy for that. And this guy just made me wrong for one tick, one handle. Still, it's okay. Last candle. Are you kidding me? Seriously? Holy shit. All I mean everything is the fault of Jack T. This is the Jack T's fault. Okay? Just because of him, it didn't break this parabolic cap and it didn't take that line. It should take that line. Wizards never wrong. No, it didn't take that line. I'm sorry. Okay, guys, nothing to do. As you can see, it just didn't take that line because of one handle or something like that. Just made me wrong today. Hope that it will take for the closing. There is no opportunity actually now to take that line. It's okay. Hey Mona, you're late today, brother. Okay, we'll buy now. So if you take that high, we'll provide buying pressure. Don't worry, brother. They are going to be taken. Okay, they are going to be taken, but maybe it will take until the Asia session to take those buy side liquidity because that is happening for last few days. It is happening. In the meantime, when it has taken this high, it should go for that line. When it will take that high, it should take that line as well. As you can see, it just didn't do that. In the meantime, when it has taken this high, it didn't take that high, which is really awkward. That is the obvious liquidity, at least nearest to the market. This is the obvious liquidity. It should go for that buy side liquidity. That was my thinking. As you can see, it didn't just to do that. Okay. Even I trade SPY options. What is that? SPY option. I really don't know what is that. I think it's kind of option market or option something. And you need a lot of money actually to trade that things. Okay guys, if anyone has any question you can ask me, otherwise I'm going to close my session for today. I hope that you got something from this PM session. Here, this entry, no need to focus to that entry, just focus over here when it was working to the lower portion of this parabolic gap, because it should come back again, work with the lower portion so that you will be able to avoid this one. And this is the confirmation, 1 2 3 confirmation that it's broken. This parabolic gap is broken. In time, market will go and take above this one and that high, they will be taken. It can happen around the Asia session. As you can see, last few days it is actually working with that buy side liquidity or whatever is left around the PM session. It's going to be taken around the Asia session. Otherwise, everything is cool. If you can get some information from there, don't forget to give me the thumbs up. Okay, otherwise I'm cool. Okay, thank you Titu. Also, what is your expectation for the rest of the week? I'm bullish, brother. I'm bullish until 2334. There you go. There you go. Where is your wizard is wrong? Tell me. Where is your wizard is wrong? Tell me, tell me, tell me, tell me. Did he take that high? That is the wizard. Wizard is never wrong. Okay. I'm just kidding, brother. Whatever. I'm just kidding. Thank you guys for being with me. And yeah, maybe tomorrow's London session I'll be here. Not a promise, but I'll try my level best to be there around the London session. And as you have seen that, even if I get 16 handle loss, I'm able to get at least this. How many handle is there? From there to there until this 23 handle profit, at least that 23 handle profit. I'm perfect with that 23 handle profit. I'm just cool with that because as you can see, if my stop loss is just below the unfilled fair value gap, I'll never get stopped out. One tick below this unfilled fair value gap until maybe this buy side liquidity or some other area, I will never get stopped out. And if I put my stop loss to the break even, as I put it over there to the break even until this partial, that means 34 handle, I'm not going to get that stopped out around that area, 34 handle. After taking the partial, if I hold my trade, now I'm not doing that, I'm just telling you that. So if you know how to put your tight stop loss, perfect. Okay. By the way, I mean, sorry, Rakesh, did you close your trade? I mean, did you get your profit? Let me know that. Okay. Thank you guys for being with me. Until the next, cheers. I mean, until the next stream or video.